Welcome back, everybody. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee. In light of what took place on Monday Night Football, you had Damar Hamlin from the Bills. He was struck in the chest and put him into cardiac arrest. He stood up after the tackle and he fell back down, and he went into cardiac arrest. And they came out and gave him CPR, and they had the AED. They used the defibrillator, and they got him back to base where he was able to breathe on his own, but he's in critical condition right now. And we were so happy to have a young lady on by the name of Miss Nyack. And Miss Nyack Murray, she was important. We honored her with the Make the Great Foundation, but she teaches this type of stuff. So if it happens anywhere on the field or in a school or on the playground, people will be able to resuscitate people, bring them back to life, because it happened to her son. Her son was going for a layup at Hofstra University, and he fell out and nobody knew what to do, and they didn't have an AED. They didn't have a defibrillator. Nobody knew what to do, and time is of the essence. He passed away. So she started this big foundation. It's called Dom Hot 21. So we'll be talking to her again. But we wish the family, we wish Damar Hamlin a lot of health and happiness, and hope that he pulls through this. So let me get right into it. I have a young lady on, and she's the CEO of Guero's Pallets Incorporated, and she's the founder of Solix Business Services, and she joins us to speak about her book, Business Divas, and also highlighting the entrepreneurial journey of 22 women and empowering other young women to pursue their dreams. So please welcome to the show, Martha Razo. Martha, welcome to the show. Now,
it's amazing to be here.
Yeah. Now, Martha, I heard you were a mathematician.
I love the numbers. I usually have a clock with all the algorithms and equations up there for the time.
Flavor Flav. We were on with him the other day. But anyway, you know what? You share a unique position because there were a group of women. They wrote a book about them, and they put out a movie, Hidden Figures.
Yes. I've always said it. I tell people, think about me and my company, Solix Business Services, as the hidden figures. I'm like the brains behind your company. No one has to see me, but I make the things move to the right direction.
Yeah, so you're the new Katherine Johnson, Dorothy Vaughan, and Mary Jackson. They did the work to help propel astronauts into space, like in the 60s. They were the mathematicians at the time. So we love the work that you're doing. Tell us a little bit more about yourself and your company.
I do a little bit of everything. I mean, you can put any hat on me, and I'm wearing it. So I do investing. I have properties. I'm a mathematician. I have my master's degree in mathematics, focus in statistics. I'm doing my PhD right now in industrial engineering. So it's really interesting you mentioned cardiac arrest, because I'm working at the UIC hospital in Chicago, trying to figure out what is the best approach to dealing with patients with cardiac arrest. This is a heavy research, but I'm excited because this is the power of big data, data mining, because really, if you are to stay in business or any organization to stay afloat, you need to use the power of data to make decisions. Because now what do we have? We have data at our fingertips, our phones, our computers. It's just millions and millions of information that we have to be able to extract to make the correct decisions.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. And today, what I want to talk about is the business diva. We bring 22 women. Look how beautiful they all look. But besides being beautiful, they are intelligent, and these women are go-getters. I mean, they all have their own business. And you're talking about different industries. It's not just mathematics or consulting. You are talking about real estate, the food industry, the beauty industry, finance. All these women come from different parts of the US, plus with different experiences. So if someone picks up this book, and if you want to learn about business, they're not only going to be inspired, but they're going to turn on the light to start their own thing. Because if
Yep.
you think about it, a lot of the women are underrepresented, or there is this idea that women are just supposed to stay home, but you can start your own business. And
That's old school, though, isn't it? That's kind of old school.
I
Women
know, but there's
women-
still those
women-
ideas. We're
Yeah.
just very lucky here in America, but in other countries, that's not the case.
Yeah. So how did you find these women? How did you find these wonderful, phenomenal women, and what contributes to the phenomenality?
They're all over. They're all over the U.S. I mean, you have Texas represented, New York, Michigan, Illinois, California. So I'm in a lot of industries, as I mentioned earlier. So I meet them from all my networkings. I'm a very self-driven person. When I do something, I love it. And I this is probably a problem many people will say, but I think this is what helps me. When I have an idea, I go for it.
Yeah.
Instead of sitting down and thinking about, oh, this is gonna go bad and all the negativity that could happen, I just do it. I take
So when
action.
somebody says you can't, you prove that you can.
And that has been since I was young.
Yeah.
Because I came to this country as undocumented, and they told me, no, you can't go to college, because the educators, it's not their fault, but they were not trained to know this information that is undocumented. You could go to college. So since I was young, I was told no, or being closed doors in front of my face. But I was like, no, the best thing that I can do is educate myself, ask the questions. And I've been doing it since I was young. So I said, okay, there is more women
You're
out there.
still young.
But I was younger.
There you go. So the biggest hat that you wear is what? That holds all of this together.
That holds all of my projects together. I think it's my drive, my positivity. I go into any of these rooms, the pallet industry, I go into my cafe,
Yeah.
I go into these group of 22 women, and it's just the energy that I have. I have like more energy than, what's the bunny on the battery? What do you call that? The Energizer Bunny. So I just go in there and I say someone's having a bad day, or people feel like, oh, it's not worth continuing this. I'm
Yeah.
like, why did we start this? Let's remember where this came from. What is the goal we want to achieve? I always have the goal at the end. For Business Divas is enlightening and inspiring more women to pursue their goals and achieve those big dreams they had when they were young. Because when we're young, we have huge dreams. We're like, okay, I want to be an astronaut and go all the way to the moon. But then when we get older, life gets more difficult, and those dreams start hiding and digging and digging, and you dig them in. But no, let's bring that inner dreamer, because everyone's able to achieve whatever they want. They just have to start. Take the first step. People spend their time thinking or second guessing themselves. No, you have this dream, you have this idea, let's make it happen. Just step and make it happen.
I like that. Put the pen to the paper and make it happen. That's a beautiful thing. So what I wanted to ask you was, what is the significance of the number 22? Or you could have, you have put 26 on there, or 24. 22.
I think it was meant to be. I didn't have any specific that I wanted 22, because to be honest, this was a difficult project. There was girls leaving because something happened in their lives. They had issues, and they either couldn't have time, or they didn't feel that their story was worth telling. They were like, no, I'm not a business diva, because that word is strong. Business diva. Some, in the course of writing their story, they were like, no, Martha, I'm not a good fit for it. I'm like, no, yes, you are. But they didn't see what I saw in their lives and in their stories. So there was girls exiting. And at the same time, I was recruiting more girls. But it was whoever was meant to be in this book, we're here.
There you go. A quick synopsis of what's in the book, because we're going to go buy it.
You're going to go buy it? Okay, it's on Amazon, everyone. And you probably can get it less than 2 days. My brother got it before I even got my copies for my book launch. He's like, I have my copy. I'm like, hey, I have your copy. So anyway, so synopsis of this book. You have 22 women who are telling and
Their stories.
sharing their stories about their path to their business. And what is amazing about this is that everyone thinks that business is roses, right? It's money. They think about success. But no, these ladies talk about everything. They talk about their limitations, their downfalls, the problems, and how they resolve them along with their successes. And even within the successes, there's some failures. So we want to paint the real picture of what it takes to be an entrepreneur, from the hardships to the successes to the advantages, because there are a lot of advantages. And what's the best way to know how to start a business? There's two ways. Either you do it and mess up along the way and then get up. The second way is have a mentor. And what better way than have 22 mentors?
22 powerful, phenomenal women. Woo.
Yes.
Beautiful. What do you want people to take away? What do you want them to learn from this book?
Well, first things first, I want them to know that they're capable of anything that they want to do. A lot of people are afraid of starting businesses, and the very first step is to just get started and look for a mentor. I'm sure that any of these girls, because I know them all, any of these 22 girls, you can reach out to them. If there's someone who does beauty, go reach out to one of them. If you're interested in finance, if you're interested in realty, being a realtor or investing, just go to any of these girls. That's a great way to start. Their information is actually at the end of their stories. You can reach out to them and they will be mentors and guide you. But what do I want people to get out of this book? I want them to get inspired and be able to realize that they're capable of anything they put in their minds.
I like that. And understand also that, people fall down, people fail, but then you get right back up. The power of you getting back up, taking care of business, that's what makes you phenomenal. Don't stop. People will tell you along the way, hey, you can't do this. Don't listen to that, because you're the pilot of your plane. Get in there and drive it as high as you want to go. Take it to where you need to go. God gave you 2 feet.
You know what's the measure of
then step to what you need to do.
You know what's the measure of success?
What?
The rate at what you learn from your failures. It's not how much you fail, but it's how fast you can learn and get up and learn from those mistakes.
Yeah. And don't be discouraged, because people fail. We do it all the time. Michael Jordan, he has all of those points, but guess what? He missed a lot too. He failed a lot, but he's great. And you're going to be great too. Thank you for putting this together for us. Thank you for creating the awareness.
Thank you for having me here. I hope that all of you get this book, because this book will change your life. And we're at the beginning of the year. What not better way than get your Business Diva book on Amazon, really easy to get, and get inspired. Start on the right direction the beginning of this year.
Make it a New Year's resolution. Martha Razo, CEO of Guero's Pallets Incorporated, author, business diva. Did I say it right?
Yes, you did. Perfect.
Thank you so much. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you for having me here.
You got it. All right, we'll take a quick break, but wait, we've got more coming up next on Open.